Today we are going to be talking about how to create a cozy space where we feel relaxed, where we feel cozy, and more importantly, one that we enjoy to come back to. So I thought we will cover 5 senses, and the reason I thought we'll break it down into this way is because each sense kind of gives something else to the cozy space, and I'm going to give you recommendations as well as things that I enjoy that ultimately make my space enjoyable for me. Now obviously these are my ideas, and I would love to hear anything that you guys have that also makes your space really cozy and really embraces the season that we're in. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is smell. Smell can instantly change your mood so much. You can walk into a room and there be a bad smell and instantly you're turned off. You don't want to be in there. Whereas if you can walk into a room where there's a holiday candle, life is so much better. So for me, smell is just something that changes a space and changes the dynamic of a space as well. And one thing that I really enjoy doing, I have this kind of room would help if I actually could hold it. I have this room spray and it's cinnamon noel, and so in the oh my gosh, I don't know why this bottle keeps falling on my hand. In the mornings I just spray the bed linen, and just once I've made the bed, spray it down, and then not only is it making the room just smell really like warm and cozy, but it also makes you feel like, oh, a little bit of Christmas is there in the morning. Just, yeah, just nice. Or you could get diffusers, or they even have really nice wax melt. I went to a Christmas market at the weekend and you could like build your own pack of wax melts. Where I get all my candles from, TK Maxx. If I don't go in HomeSense, I want to smell all of the candles in there, then something's wrong with me. I must be ill, because when you go in there, there's just so many different ones. I particularly like candles made of soy wax. I just think it's more natural for you and it's better for you, so you're not actually inhaling toxic chemicals. But if they're made from soy wax, then they're the candles that I usually go for. And there's just something about it, just walking up and down the aisles, just smelling all the candles, like, you can't get a better day than that. I literally go on a Sunday and I would just spend hours just in TK Maxx, just browsing and not really buying anything, but just being around the scent and being around just like the things that make me feel cozy. One thing that I have done, because not always, especially in TK Maxx, you don't always get soy candles, but one thing that I do like to do is I have made my own candles before. They're pretty easy to make, as long as when you're adding the fragrance oil, there's like a ratio, so that's obviously something that you have to be mindful of. But the candles are so easy to make, and actually they're better for you. So yeah, why don't you try out making your own candles, because you'll be surprised at how easy they are. Okay, the next thing on seasonal kind of coziness is I really want to do those dried orange kind of pot puree. Now obviously you can get the bags, but in order to make your own cozy home, I'm thinking of making your own. All you have to do is slice up the fruit that you want to use, so apples or oranges. You put them all on a parchment paper and pop them in the oven, and they slowly dehydrate over the hours, and they just make your house smelling really wonderful. And if that's kind of not your thing and you don't want to dry them out, you can always make a simmer pot, which is essentially just putting water, putting all your fruits or your cinnamon sticks inside the bowl, and it will just fragrant your room as well. So that's an alternative. Or the next thing I was thinking is a pillow spray. So there's nothing better than a lavender pillow spray that you can kind of put on your pillows just before you're going to sleep, and then you get into bed and the smell of it just surrounds you. Not only does it relax you, lavender is proven to relax you and to make you fall asleep more calmly, but also the scent kind of soothes like the air. The next category, which is touch, things that are going to make you feel warm and cozy. First of all, I cannot go without my water bottle. There's something about the cold seasons and the cold air of winter that makes me need a water bottle to cuddle in the bed. And the best thing, honestly, if you don't use any of the other tips, this is the one. If you put the water bottle in your bed before you're going to go to sleep, or you could put it where your feet normally go, and it kind of like warms that area. You get into bed after a shower, you put your feet into the cozy bottom of your bed. You are going to thank me later, because that is the best feeling ever. Putting your water bottle at the bottom of bed, and you can get like loads of cute ones now. So you can get like teddy bear ones if you, or like a plushie that you can heat up. You can also get obviously hand warmers, water bottles that you fill up with boiling water. Like there's just so many ones that you put in the microwave. So really you can get the one that suits your kind of like theme and aesthetic. And blankets, can you have too many blankets? That is a no. I have got too many blankets. If I start counting them, yeah, I just have like such a vivid like reminder of when I used to go to my nan's house, and in the airing cupboard was stacks and stacks of blankets, and each time I would go round, you just get all the blankets out and you just layer them up, and that was just like a key memory. So now I just love blankets. I think they're really cozy, and I just think that layering them around the house is just really nice. And just, yeah, honestly, you'll never see me without a blanket because I am the coldest person ever. Probably part reptile, but my hands are always cold. The next, a good pair of slippers. My favourite are my Lane's London one. Not only do I just love the fluffiness of them, I also love that they sparkle in the light. I am all for a little bit of sparkle, and these ones are so cute, and they're pink. I mean, you can't get anything better. So I would say definitely these are my favourite ones. Obviously it just depends kind of what kind of slipper you are. Are you a whole shoe slip kind of gal, or are you kind of like a slider kind of slipper? But slippers are a must. If my feet touch those wooden floors, I'm cold for the night. So I'm either got my slippers on or I'm walking around on the rug. They're the only two options. There's no other option. Let's go on to taste. So this kind of encompasses baking. Baking, you know girls, that I love a little bit of baking. I love the smell of baking. I love the idea of like making your own food from scratch. I love challenging myself, but also just the smells. Like when you go into somebody's house and they've been baking fresh goods, like how cozy and just welcoming do you feel? Like so cozy. So I can't recommend baking enough. And finding like treats that you enjoy. So even if you're not a good baker, you could get one of those like kit that you can just literally add an egg, and I think you put it in the oven and then you've got treats. So even if you want to do it that way, or you can even frozen like goods and put them in the oven, and then you can use those. There is just so many ways you can bake your favourite treats. I love teas. Teas are my favourite. Love green tea. Jasmine and green tea, really nice. I do actually like the fruit teas as well, so raspberry tea, a coffee, so maybe making yourself like the nicest latte, learning latte art, like that just sounds really cozy. A hot chocolate and squirty cream, chef's kiss, that is gorgeous. Making like a homemade meal, that to me, comfort food is just a delight. Like honestly, couldn't get anything better. Okay, so next category is sound, and so in this category we're talking about music, we're talking about podcasts, we're talking about films, and you girls know that films in the winter has got to be my favourite. So my favourite top winter films that make me feel cozy, make me feel warm, have got to be The Holiday. Outright, whenever that comes on, I'm already watching it. So I've already got that on. The Holiday. I also love any rom-coms, love those. The Princess Switch, what was it called, like the advent calendar? I think it's kind of like a magic calendar. The next thing that I enjoy is a good podcast. I would say my next one would probably be like an ambiance jazz piece of music. So whether that's on YouTube, just put the jazz in whenever I'm reading, whenever I'm tidying up, whenever I'm doing some work, like that in the background sets the mood, sets it kind of like really cozy. Also, if sometimes I just like to sit there in silence, I will literally just be there, just literally looking up to the ceiling or just laying there, not even on my phone. And sometimes you just have to just lay in quiet to be cozy, and I think that's okay. And the last topic and the last category is sight. So making sure that your aesthetic and your home has all of the same colour tone. So whether that you're a neutral girl or you are like a baby blue kind of vibes, or whatever colour scheme you're going for, kind of interweaving those themes of colour will help keep it nice and cozy and nice and kind of streamlined. Clearly I'm going for green, like I'm loving green at the moment, just loving it. And also I'm actually really bad at this, but keeping my clothes tucked away nice and tidy so that I don't see it, because there's nothing worse than thinking like, all the clothes are there and I haven't tidied it. So making sure it's all tidied away, and I need to use my own advice for that because I'm actually terrible. So yeah, they're all my cozy ideas of keeping your space nice and cozy. So for the winter season, I hope that you guys found something that you might want to use, or that you implement already in your day. Let me know if there's anything that I missed, and if you want more ideas for the winter, I've got a cozy hobby video right here, so be sure to have a look at what cozy hobbies and activities you can be doing this season. Bye guys.